Hi, this is Heart Pirates TCG here. This video was actually inspired by Wazi Plays. I was actually watching one of his videos a couple days ago about how much of a great start the One Piece TCG has had, and how it basically just blew Digimon out of the water, which also was had a really good start. And the title of this video is, can One Piece TCG ever be the top card game in the world, right? So real quick before let me switch to this screen real quick. There's an article that I just saw right here. It says the One Piece card game just outsold every other TCG. Now, of course, this was in September, which I believe was when OPO4 came out, was September. So that might not be like the greatest indicator. However, if you read this article, which you don't have to read, it says that the One Piece card game is currently outpacing all the other established TCGs, and that is also including the Magic the Gathering set wilds of Eldraine, and then the 151 Pokemon TCG expansion, which was a pretty big expansion. I have a roommate who loves Pokemon, and that was just absolutely like a huge thing for him, right? Like he bought like 20 boxes of like the things from Target, like like the little like little boxes that they have, right? And and after watching Wazi Plays' video, it got me thinking, what could happen that would make One Piece the most popular card game in the world? And I believe what could happen is, obviously, Pokemon officially just kind of I wouldn't say officially dies out, but like unofficially dies out, I would say. So for example, everyone knows that Ash Ketchum finally beat the Elite Four and like became the Pokemon Master after 20 something years, right? Everyone knows also that the Pokemon games have been pretty bad the past 7 years, I want to say. And everyone that grew up with Pokemon, right, will probably at some point or another phase out of Pokemon, right? Even if it's their whole life. Eventually, when something becomes so bad for so long, then I think that what happens is they kind of just, no matter how much of an impact it had on their lives, you kind of just let it go. And I've done this multiple times with my life. I've done this with Halo, because Halo has just been a complete disaster for the past 12 years. And I did this with Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And more specifically speaking, Yu-Gi-Oh. I played Yu-Gi-Oh on and off with friends and family for anywhere from, dude, probably like 15 years, I would say. I'm 25 right now. I would say probably 15 to 17 years I've been playing, or have like played Yu-Gi-Oh either on and off or consistently, right? 17 years. And as soon as I touched the One Piece trading card game, I have not even looked at Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I used to get on what's called a Dueling Network. I used to play that all the time. And now I wouldn't even consider playing Yu-Gi-Oh, because Yu-Gi-Oh has been so bad for so long and so unbalanced, right? And the reason I bring that up is the only card games that are past the past One Piece right now is Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic, the big three, right? And the big three, obviously we just talked about Pokemon, how it has kind of been losing relevance, just because the games have been terrible and the anime is over with. And I've heard a lot of complaints about the trading card game as well, how it's just becoming a little one-sided and unbalanced, kind of like how Yu-Gi-Oh was. And then obviously Yu-Gi-Oh is just Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And then I've heard there's a ton of Magic players at my locals who also play One Piece. I've heard some pretty negative things about Magic recently, how like people aren't really competing in tournaments anymore. Like the game's just kind of going downhill. More people are into Commander these days, right? So One Piece can absolutely take the #1 spot, and not just as a byproduct of other card games falling off, but also because the thing about it is there's a huge difference between One Piece and the top card game, which is Pokemon, right? And Pokemon, it has that nostalgia factor. Everyone when they were a kid loved Pokemon, right? However, more people as adults like like One Piece. Like One Piece is a bigger part of their life, not only because the manga's still going and the anime is still going, but like anime is getting really cool now. And like not like animes and like cartoons, like kind of like how Pokemon was. Like Pokemon was on like Cartoon Network, or what is it, WCS or something for kids or whatever, right? One Piece is like still an ongoing thing, and you know, obviously people that have been, you know, watching or reading One Piece for some time have are still are I'm sorry, that have been reading it for some time are adults, right? Adults that can purchase cards, that can afford to get into card games, that, you know, have like the desire to like collect One Piece, right? And you know, some people that collect will be like, yeah, let me try hitting up a tournament. And as One Piece gets closer and closer to like its end, or like something huge happens in One Piece, like, you know, how Gear 5 kind of raised like people's awareness that like One Piece was still going, you know, the more like One Piece news that comes out, the more advertisement that comes out, the better like One Piece will get, because it's obviously by far the most absolutely like massive anime in the world, right? Like it outsold other animes by like quadruple, right? Like I don't even think it's close. One Piece has just dominated the anime and manga scene, in especially in like worldwide, but or in Japan, but worldwide as well. It's the best selling anime and most popular like anime and manga of all time. So it has the player base. I made a video about this so long ago, and it's actually funny now, like pretty much close to the 1 year anniversary of this video, I'm bringing this back up. But it has the player base, it has the money to do so, it has a good, mostly balanced card game, it has beautiful artwork, and it has like, you know, diehard fans of the franchise. I think within the next 5 years, I think One Piece could be either just as popular as Pokemon, which is the top spot, or even more popular than Pokemon. And it just depends entirely on how they choose to market this game, how well this game continues to stay balanced, whether they do rotations or not, whether they do advertisements or not, stuff along those lines, right? The economy is also huge, because if the economy goes to hell, no one's going to buy cards. But I think if everything goes smoothly, then the One Piece TCG in the next 5 years will outsell Pokemon, the TCG. And I want to know if you guys agree with me. You know, I laid out a couple good points. You know, there's not really a whole lot of facts to go by, other than obviously we outsold everybody in September, and we'll see about December. And also real quick, guys, I think another reason that we might not outsell all the other card games in December is because product is going to be really hard to come by for set 5 because of how many rare cards that there are in the set, right? So I think that everyone that has boosters will probably sell them on like the secondary market, which is just a lot harder to track. So I don't think that the statistics will show accurately how well we sell in December, but I think that the game, because we're 5 sets in and it's still hard to like find product for certain like certain boxes, certain sets, certain like structure decks, all of that good stuff. I think that just shows how much of like how popular this game is, how like we literally can't get enough of the cards. So again, I'm gonna wrap it up part 2, but let me know what you guys think, if you guys agree with me or not, or if I'm just smoking crack. Just let me know. But I think this is a really like promising start for the One Piece TCG. And if you're a content creator, you know, and you're not getting the views that you would hope for, that like people at One Piece, or I'm sorry, people like Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers get, like the views that they get, the views that Magic people get, the views that Pokemon people get, just stay patient with it and just like keep creating good content. And eventually I think this will be like, we will just have a massive audience because the game grows. So it's great for me, it's great for everybody else, because there's more people at locals, better chances to socialize, more friends to meet, more tournaments to go to, traveling with your friends. I think this is just absolutely huge for everybody, and I'm just very excited for the future of the One Piece card game. Let me know if you guys agree, and I will see you guys on my next video. Peace.